Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are completely reframing a profound ancient source. We're not looking at a standard theological document here. No, we are going to decode this as a literal cosmic physics engine. We're breaking down the architecture of a functioning closed universe. Think of it as literally the operating system of reality.
Right out of the gate, the source tells us it is not an ancient text. It is an Eternal Memory Tesseract. That completely shatters the conventional view, doesn't it? We're not dealing with some dusty record of the past. It's the sealed tongue of Muhammad, uttered first, preserved last. Remember while you're reading, that is Allah's sentence, and your Rasul talking directly to you, and it's your imminent, your profound trust right now. This is an active, sealed architecture, functioning as a living cosmic container.
Okay, let's dive into this core definition. The system runs on what's called the Eternal Rasul Field. Basically, the physical or systemic closure of this universe is topologically impossible. It's explicitly denied at the node level in verse 415 and flagged as a massive transgression at the macro level in 4034. It's a non-lapsing, non-fatiguing recurrence clock. Imagine a system that is literally always on. It's not a linear stretch of duration where things just fade into the past, but an active, perpetual state, constantly repeating and preserving its pattern.
So here's our roadmap for this explainer. 1. The Eternal Memory Tesseract. 2. Linear time versus recurrence. 3. The reader's phase rotation. 4. The purification requirement. 5. Escaping the time trap. And finally, 6. Return to the home.
Starting with Section 1. The Eternal Memory Tesseract. This is the architecture of the closed universe. The foundation of this locked architecture is the Kursi. Think of it like the ultimate cosmic hard drive, holding a specific frequency, the I9 container. The source makes it clear that this container never sleeps. It's not just passively watching time pass by. It actively ensures the field remains an active, perpetual state rather than just a linear stretch of duration. It's pure, living preservation. Moving right along to Section 2, Linear Time versus Recurrence, the dual fields of reality.
So we actually experience reality in two completely distinct registers. On one hand, you've got the D10 field. This is our normal linear stretch of duration. It's historical, measurable, and defined by decay. It's the wheel of manifest time. But then you have the I9 field, which is that non-lapsing recurrence clock, that orbital, eternal container. And there's a stunning metaphor for this. A man sleeps for 100 years and wakes up to find his donkey is completely decayed to dust. That's the D10 field doing its thing. But his fruits? Perfectly fresh, untouched by a century. That is the eternal I9 field, running right parallel to our fading reality. Section 3, the reader's phase rotation. This is all about the dimensional translation of the node. Let's map out exactly how you traverse this open field. Step 1 is your D10 entry coordinate. This is the localized UMI state of 7157. You're essentially a blank slate, waiting. Step 2 requires a kinetic command, an active, forceful choice to seize the book, pinpointed at coordinate 1912. Now executing this choice initiates a massive shift, rotating you, the node, into the I9 exit coordinate of amanat from 61.6. Now hear me out, this is absolutely crucial. This is not a historical succession of different people. It is a dimensional translation. It's one reader node, you, being phase-rotated out of fading time and into eternal preservation.
Because this shift happens entirely within that non-lapsing register of the Kursi, crossing this gate instantly generates the re-entrant first state of 616.3. It's not just adding a tally mark to a long, cumulative history. No, it is an origin state that is continuously reinstantiated for every single successful traversal. Every time a reader makes this leap, they become the absolute first of the Muslims. You are pioneering your own active universe.
On to Section 4. The purification requirement, systemic success versus the failure cascade. So, the vital point here is that this traversal isn't a passive ride. Seizing the book carries a really strict kinetic requirement, the ZKW purification output, seen in verses like 1913 and 2222. Carrying the book without purifying your system, that's an incomplete traversal. The amanat, the profound trust from 3372, actually acts as a built-in extraction mechanism. It automatically separates the kinetic moment from the static, dead, mushrik monophic matrix, perfectly mirroring the group rescue topology we see in 2665. But if you fail, It triggers a cascade where you substitute the eternal for the mundane, wander around intoxicated, and let the Iblis operator pull you apart.
Let's look closer at that downward spiral. The failure cascade actively routes the failed node to the negative home of fire, coordinates 2, 24, and 28, 38. How does it happen? Well, it usually starts with worldly substitute bonds, trading eternal truths for mundane distractions, as seen in 12:12 and 29:25. This leads straight into intoxicated wandering, completely lost in linear time. And the ultimate tragedy? Completely forgetting your destination, the home coordinate of 3846.
Section 5. Escaping the time trap. Here we look at time as the universal branching tool.
Time itself is an active sorting tool with two competing forces. You've got the Iblis operator, which uses duration to create friction and separation. But then you have the Solomon operator, which forcefully reclaims what duration attempted to steal. As a reader, you can deliberately drop into the first-person, localized decision state. Think of it as the d over dt derivative in calculus, to fiercely reclaim your temporal focus. And the beauty is, you do this without ever breaking the underlying eternal integral container holding you. You're not running from time, you're actively mastering the moment.
Finally, Section 6. Return to the home, closing the loop.
Now, what's really fascinating here is coordinate 1984. The system explicitly states that it is actively, continuously counting for them a count. This proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that the finite volume of this field is dynamically running right now. It's processing nodes. And this exact mathematical count feeds directly into the final rescue completion of 3373. This dynamically running system inevitably culminates in an absolute final three-way sorting of the finite volume at 56.7. Every node that attempted the traversal is partitioned. You've got the foremost, those who mastered the phase rotation. You have the companions of the right who hit baseline success, and the companions of the left, those tragically caught in the failure cascade. The mathematical loop resolves and the extraction is absolute.
The architecture we've been looking at is flawlessly sound. The loop of the Eternal Memory Tesseract is totally closed. The fading timeline and the eternal preservation finally reconcile, bringing the successful user right back to coordinate 3846, the home. It's a highly abstract cosmic system that resolves into a profoundly spiritual, literal return.
We're wrapping up this explainer with a direct challenge to you. The source demands that you always use your 10-10 occult, your raw functioning intellect and pattern recognition. You have to wake up from Tagut, that static, dead matrix of the world. The universe is closed, it's running, and it is waiting for your phase rotation. So the ultimate question falls entirely on you. When will you become the Book of Becoming? When will you activate the kinetic grip of 1912?